Fire, the silent threat, the untold story of hazardous chemical waste. Fire, waste does not end when it is thrown away. That's when the real story begins. Every day, we use countless products made with or containing chemical substances, plastic containers, detergents, pesticides, industrial solvents, and even medications in hospitals. These materials, once used, become waste. But among them, hazardous waste poses a particularly serious threat to both the environment and human health. Unfortunately, many people remain unaware of or indifferent to this issue. There's a common misconception that once something is discarded, it's no longer a problem. In truth, hazardous waste continues to exert long-term influence, silently but powerfully, on our ecosystems and our lives. Hazardous waste includes any discarded material that exhibits one or more hazardous traits: explosiveness, flammability, reactivity, or toxicity. At home, this might include cleaners, paints, batteries, or insecticides. In hospitals, it could mean infectious waste or pharmaceutical residues. In laboratories, it could include organic solvents or oxidizers. And in industrial facilities, where highly complex and dangerous chemical mixtures are used, the waste requires the most rigorous handling. A single drop of chemical waste can pollute thousands of liters of groundwater, and a small spark can lead to a deadly explosion. From the perspective of chemical safety, hazardous waste is not just trash. It is a latent threat that, if mishandled, can trigger catastrophic consequences. For instance, if hydrochloric acid and sodium hypochlorite are stored in the same area and accidentally mix, they can release poisonous chlorine gas. If this happens in a disposal facility, it's not just the workers who are at risk, entire communities could be endangered. So how is hazardous waste handled today? The first and most crucial step is proper separation. Depending on their properties, hazardous wastes are classified into categories such as flammable, reactive, acidic, basic, or infectious. Each category requires a different method of storage, transportation, and treatment. Flammable waste must be kept in sealed containers away from sparks, while reactive waste must be stored in completely moisture-free environments. Some hazardous waste is neutralized and sent to wastewater treatment plants, while other waste is incinerated at high temperatures to destroy its toxicity. However, even these treatment methods are not foolproof. Incineration can produce secondary pollutants like dioxins, while landfilling can lead to leachate that contaminates groundwater over time. That's why advanced technologies such as plasma incineration and supercritical water oxidation are being explored. Automation systems using AI for waste sorting and IoT-based sensors for real-time chemical detection are also being introduced in modern waste management facilities. Science and technology are evolving, but problems like high disposal costs, poor oversight, and illegal dumping remain serious obstacles. There have been numerous tragic incidents around the world tied to poor hazardous waste management. The Bhopal disaster in India, the Chernobyl nuclear accident in Ukraine, and the illegal export of hazardous waste from developed to developing countries all stand as grim reminders. South Korea has faced its own crises, such as the 1990s Nakdong River phenol contamination case, which showed just how deeply industrial chemical waste can impact vital water sources. Although regulations were tightened after this incident, thousands of tons of hazardous waste still leak illegally every year. We must realize that technology alone cannot solve this issue. True safety in hazardous waste management requires a lasting sense of responsibility and a shift in public awareness. Whether individuals or corporations, all parties must take full responsibility for the chemicals they produce and use. Furthermore, the workers who handle these materials deserve respect, education, and protection. They are not simply cleaners, they are the last guardians of our health and environment. In the future, as more advanced chemical substances are developed and used, the challenges we face in waste disposal will only grow more complex. Thus, hazardous waste treatment and chemical safety must become a shared concern for all members of society, not just specialists. Let me leave you with one question. What chemical substances did you use today, and where did their residues go? We all have a responsibility to know the answer. The chemical shadows that linger in our world may be invisible to the naked eye, but they are real. And perhaps, they are the future we must confront, before it confronts us.